Hi folks, Stan Baker with Hunt the Racket. Our mission in this series of videos is to teach you how to shoot great trap, have fun, and take it to the level, after you've reached the fundamentals and learned the fundamentals, you can take it to any level you want, whether it be socially, just shooting at your club, or maybe competing and taking it to a AAA status, at the 27-yard line. But that's our mission, is to help you shoot better trap. To do that, what I'd like to do is tell you the story of myself. 3 years ago, I found myself bedridden with a heart disease, and quite frankly, didn't know if I was gonna make it. But I'm laying there one day just getting tired of getting sick, and I decided that I had to get out of bed and go do something. So yours truly found a coach, a sporting clay coach. His name is Warren Watson. Warren became a very close friend of mine. He's an excellent instructor. And I spent the next couple months going out and shooting and learning the sport of sporting clays with him. And one day, out on the sporting range course, I was shooting pretty good, and we were doing a little trash talking. And Warren said, well, why don't you shoot around a skeet? There's a skeet range out there. And I said, sure enough, I'll do it. And we went over and I shot around a skeet, and lo and behold, I did pretty good. So I was getting a little cocky. And he said, well, now what we got to do is get you up on a trap range. I shot around a trap up there. I probably shot 2 rounds of trap in my entire life. I've hunted and fished all my life, and I kind of prided myself on being a pretty good shot when I was hunting. But he took me up on the trap range, and he said something to me that kind of stuck with me. He said, if you want to do good in this sport, you have to be perfect. You got to run them. And that really stuck with me. And I went up there and I said, now how hard could this be? I got 3 going away birds, which are relatively easy. I had to do pretty good at this. So he gave me a box of shells, and I think I shot a 21. And I said, well, give me another box because I think I can run these. And I think I shot a 22 on the next one. And then I got a little worse progressively after the 3rd and 4th box. But I remember that night thinking to myself, if you want to be good in this sport, you have to run them. You have to be perfect. And for some reason that stuck with me. And lo and behold, that became my sport. And I tell people, I shoot sporting clays for fun now, but I shoot trap for my soul. And that's what I wish for you. I wish for you that you shoot great trap, have a lot of fun, and we're going to do everything we can to help you get there. Now, you might say, well, how long have you been shooting? And the reason I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm shooting in a lot of competitions, trying to gain the credibility so that I can teach you. And one of the things I've learned in life is that if you want to get something, you have to help somebody else get the same thing. It's a universal thread. If you want to be successful, you try to help someone else be successful. So I'd like for you to be part of my journey. We've been doing a lot of these videos we've been traveling around to different shoots and sharing whatever we learned with you. And so in my journey, I've been shooting 1 year and 10 months now. I've shot over 200,000 rounds of trap. I've spent a lot of money and time. And I have gained a AAA status, and I am now at the 27-yard line. So I'm not saying that everyone should shoot 200,000 rounds of trap in less than 2 years, but I'm on a fast track, and I'm trying to get there a little quicker than the average person. But in my journey, I'd like to share that with you. I've won several events. I've gone 100 straight in doubles, many, probably 20, 100 straights. The elusive 200 straight, I've shot 199, and I'm working on that 200 straight so I can get that Grand Slam. So I'd like to help you, and that's who I am, and that's what we're going to be doing over the coming series with the videos. We have purchased a series of cameras that we think are really going to be, the definition is incredible, and it's going to be able to help you. In this next series, we're going to start at the 16-yard line, and we're going to actually take you through post 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. We're going to show you every variation of bird that you can see at each of those stations, and we'll show you how to shoot them. You know, we've been doing a lot of these videos over the last year and sharing them with you. We've been traveling to meets and what have you. The common theme, and what we're trying to do in that, is to give you what the common theme is in terms of how do I learn trap? What do I begin with? And I think there are 4 things. Number 1, we got to have fun. Number 2, you got to have a good coach. And we hope that you use these videos and what we're about to go through a little bit for your coaching. Number 3, you got to have the right equipment, the right gun that fits you, your body, and also fits your purse. I mean, you can't overspend. We want you to feel comfortable with the shotgun. You don't necessarily have to go out there and buy the most expensive gun in the beginning, but you want to get something that does fit you and, you know, your length of pull and what have you. And number 4, you got to have the commitment to actually shoot. And those are the common themes. So I wanted to get that, I wanted to go over that for you. I also want to go into a little bit of how we approach the bird and some of the fundamentals of shooting before we get started. I look at trap a lot like a carpenter with his hammer. A carpenter, you've seen good carpenters take a nail and pound that nail down in 1 or 2 whaps. And what that carpenter is doing is looking at the nail head and trusting that his brain and his hands will drive that nail. The tool is the hammer. And in trap shooting, the way I look at it is the gun is your hammer. You trust your eyes, your hand, and your brain. Because the movement of that bird, your eyes will stay on that bird, your hands will bring your gun to the target, and you'll drive through that target, and your brain will tell you when to pull it. So all those come together. You have to be able to trust that. So that in these videos, what you'll see is not only the relationship of the barrel to the bird, but you'll see, we want you to look at it as your hands driving the gun to the bird, your eyes are watching the bird at all times, and your brain will tell you when to pull that trigger. So that's what we'd like for you to really focus on with these videos, and we think that you'll really get a good feel for it. We'll also later on have the ability to take you with your gun and video you doing a round of trap so that you can actually see how you swing the gun and what you're doing in relation to the bird. So with that, let's get started. Our first video is going to be at the 16-yard line. We'll do a series. We will give you every combination of bird, 3 combinations on each pad, a left, a quarter or straightaway, and then a right bird on all 4 stations. Once we do that, we'll move back we'll start at the 20-yard line, and we'll give you every variation of bird on 1 through 5. And then we'll start moving all the way back, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and yes, the fence at 27. When we get done with those series, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to doubles, and that will be really exciting. And we hope you follow us on this journey. And again, we want you to shoot great trap and have a lot of fun. And you take it to the level that you want to take it to. And with that, we'll see you at the Rackett, and let's go hit some 16s.